Stu here in Dartmoor, a lovely sunny afternoon in April, and I'm going to show you the new award-winning Vango Exedra 200 tent. So this comes in at just about 2.4 kilos. It's in a new recycled polyester fabric. It's an inner pitch first 2-season tent. So let's get it pitched and then we'll have a look at some of its features. It's most similar to something like the MSR Elixir 2 tent. Kind of Vango's version of that popular design. So what I like to do first, as always, find the pegs, pop those in a pocket, easy to get to, and then put the poles together. So it's got 3 poles. The 2 main poles are joined together with hubs, and then there's a small pole that goes over the top like a roof pole to give you some more internal height inside the tent. So I want to keep the fly sheet somewhere safe, so we're just going to pop that along with the bag inside the backpack for now. Let's get this thing pegged out. You get alley pin pegs, hook pegs with this tent. Nothing too extravagant, exciting, but they do the job. Peg out the 4 corners first so it's nice and secure. If it's really windy now, the tent's not going anywhere. And the pole's already put together, so it's going to be nice and quick to put together now. You get these nylon feet here at the ends. The poles clip into. Error 1, always make sure your poles clip together. The pole, as I moved it around, had come apart in places, and that makes it significantly weaker. Now it's reseated. Do that. Clip the inner tent to the poles. A small fabric sleeve here, so that's going to tuck into. Right, that's the main body of the tent up the inner. Looking pretty good so far. Now let's pop the fly on. One of the ends. There's plastic hooks. I've got one here. There's a small plastic hook, and that hooks over the nylon foot. There's like a little place for it to clip onto. Clip that one to place. You haven't got to do them too tight yet. And do the other one. And then there is some Velcro on the inside to keep it in place. There's Velcro tabs on the inside of the tent to secure the pole in place in the right seam. So where those Velcro tabs are, the other side is a guy line, and that's going to help secure the tent, create tension in the pole. So the fly sheet isn't relying on the stitching, but some of the tension of that guy line goes through the pole. So it is important to make sure you do that every time you pitch the tent, is to spend the time to wrap that Velcro pad around. Okay, now we can tension those bits in. Peg out the doors. Now do the guy lines. I'd always suggest doing the guy lines, even if it's a fine day like this, because weather can change quite quickly, and the last thing you want to be doing is being sat in a collapsing tent at 3 in the morning because you couldn't bother to put the guy lines out. It doesn't take very long, and it helps to make sure the tent's correctly tensioned as well. So Vango provides you with enough pegs for all the pegging points and the guy lines. And the guy lines are reflective, and they've got a line lock adjuster on them, which you see most of the time now, and it's great that everyone's moved over to those. So there we have it pitched, the Vango Exedra 200. Great alternative, something like a MSR Elixir. I think so anyway. So Sam's going to come in with the camera now, get some close up and talk through some of the features. So, like I said, we've got a 68 denier fly sheet fabric made from recycled single-use plastic. It's got a PU coating on the inside, and it's got tape seams. This has a hydrostatic head of 3,000 millimeters, so it's plenty waterproof for the UK. A lot more waterproof than some of the lightweight options that are available nowadays. And then the floor is a 70 denier recycled polyester with tape seams, and that's got a 6,000 mil hydrostatic head, so the floor's twice as waterproof, which is kind of what you want, where it's going to be in contact with the wet ground all the time. It's got a nice high bathtub extending around the inner on this, and then it's also got a polyester kind of fabric here. Then we're going to a midge mesh, and then we're going to polyester fabric again on the roof of the tent, or the ceiling inside. And that's going to help with any condensation drips. They're not going to drip down and come straight through the mesh onto you. So the top of it is kind of water resistant. There's a DWR coating on that as well. And then the rest of the tent is the inner. There's lots of mesh in it. This is definitely a kind of 2-season tent. It might be a bit too cool for cool for winter conditions. Perfect for summer conditions. Inside there's loads of pockets. So we get 4 pockets around the kind of lower part of the tent, and then there's actually 4 kind of gear loft style pockets as well, which is great to see. Loads of internal head height throughout the whole tent, so I can sit right down into the back of the tent, still have plenty of head height, and even if I was on a thick mat, there's still plenty of room inside of here. For 2 people, this is a really spacious tent. No problems getting 2 mats side by side, and all your kit, you've got 2 doors which are kind of mirrored, so you can have all your kit on one side, or you can have a porch each for sharing space, or have a dry and wet porch. And the porches can be rolled back as well further, so we can take this out here. And create a big opening. Should be quite nice. So this is a great backpacking tent for 2 people, or for one person who doesn't mind carrying a bit more weight, like a 2.39 I think kilos. Packs down pretty small. Really good price put on this product as well. So it gets you into a good quality wild camping tent without being super expensive. So I'd really recommend this if you want to go out camping, wild camping for for the first time in the summer, then try out this Vango Exedra. It gets you kind of all the features you see on some of the big known American brands, but for a much better price. If you've got any questions about the tent, just ask them below in the comments and we'll do our best to answer them. Thanks for watching.